Hey,
Hey,
everybody. We got
Hey,
Mark Soul here tonight, our resident trucker.
hey, hey, hey. Yeah, I'm the black sheep of the road, the black sheep of the family. I'm just being dark all around. How about them apples?
That sounds fine to me, man.
it worked. It worked.
So how you doing, guys?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
That's good. Good. Hello, everybody who's popped on. I can't read the comments and everything. Just making my presence known since I've been AWOL for a while. Been very busy with a lot of family life and stuff. Y'all don't know what's been going on. Had some. My wife had medical issues. She ended up having a stroke before Christmas, and kind of been taking care of her and the family and stuff, and working my ass off. Since I'm being the sole provider now. So, other than that, enough about me.
You guys have been in our prayers, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Uh, so, what's the
But yeah,
topic tonight? What are we
So
the
talking
topic,
about?
the
let's talk
topic
about our
tonight.
border.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, we're going to go political now.
That's what our colleague was, prepared to do, but he doesn't seem to be here. So
Our resident absent advisor.
there you go.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the border.
Yeah,
You know,
how the truckers are taking back the border this week.
yeah. Right now, close to 632 trucks so far, and
Yeah,
counting.
they left Louisiana. What'd you say, Rob? Like an hour ago?
Um, they left Baton Rouge about an hour ago.
Yeah, my hometown, my
Oh,
back
your
door.
hometown, yeah.
So
And they're
I
going
mean,
to what? Dibble, Texas?
Yeah, they're
around
going
that
to
area.
Texas. That's where they're going to now. I believe AJOT said something about meeting up with them.
Yeah, she will meet up with them in Texas.
Yeah, everybody needs to check out her channel for the content, because she puts out good shit. Got to keep an eye on the police.
Right.
Yeah, the topo.
But
That's
So
yeah,
another whole subject right there by itself. You want to talk
right.
about Department of Transportation, Motor Carrier Department? That's another whole political issue right there.
Well, they're all part of the same machine.
Yeah, all
yeah,
part of the same corrupt system.
Yeah,
Uh,
Rob actually he knows a little bit more than I do about the topic tonight. So, Rob, if you want
yeah. It's because I researched. I looked it up.
to,
I
I did
can't
a
say
little bit.
research.
I did a
um,
little bit. Come on now.
so for those of you who don't know or not following, all this happened this month over a 2.5-mile section of a Texas border, right? That has an easy access that they shut down. Texas National Guard shut down. Now, what is this? The unaffiliated Rob is the man. I love it. Well, anyways, what happened
Okay,
is
Josh. I
the
will try.
Texas National Guard had razor wire up. They still got it up and they closed it down. Well, the Mexican government called and said, hey, you got 3 people dead and 2 people in distress on your side of the river. National Guard didn't respond, they didn't do anything. Well, the Border Patrol tried to gain entry through this little boat launch that they have that they closed off because it's easy point of access, right? Well, Texas National Guard wouldn't let them have access. They didn't have a boat. They didn't have nothing, anything to get access. Otherwise, they would have given them access. But they had nothing, and Texas said no. What happened was the Mexican government went in and picked up the bodies a few miles downstream, and the people in distress, and that started a whole big windfall of trouble. Um, the U.S. government says, "Hey, you got to take that razor wire down." Texas says, "Fuck you," and it went to a Supreme Court, not the U.S. Supreme Court, I believe. It went to a Supreme Court, and they said, "Texas, you got to take that down." Texas, "Fuck you," and put out more. Now it's going to the U.S. Supreme Court. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. And it all started over 3 dead people from Mexico trying to get into the U.S.
Well, I posted it, damn it, and it did not post because I'm not a moderator on my own damn channel. You believe that shit?
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to post AJOT's link.
Oh, let me get it.
Yeah. I got it. It's right there. But I guess I'm not a moderator on my own damn channel. You believe that?
Well, I'm a moderator, and I will put her I'll put her link up.
Thank you very much.
So that's basically it in a nutshell, guys, of what's going on with our border.
Well, that's a lot more than that, man. It's if we're going to get all political or anything, you got to realize who has a big part in all this. Why all of a sudden, in the last 3 years, we know in the past. I mean, this is an old subject. It's there through my lifetime. It's always something about the border, always something, people coming over. But you never heard the millions they're talking about coming over.
Well, Supreme Court Hellfighter says Supreme Court only said that the feds could take it down. The area with razor wire has been cartel controlled. Isn't that why they put the razor wire up in the first place? Was because of the cartel?
I do believe so.
It is. That's part of it. It's, what's pushing all these people? We know that down in South America, they went to a socialist, communist type scenario and had their big uprising. Back in Obama's days, and then a lot of people started coming up from South America and stuff, But what gets me is why. I mean, I know we got certain things going on here, but any of y'all been down to Mexico? I've been. I mean, I had a blast down there. Yeah, in certain areas. So look at Scooter Champ Scotty. He goes down every summer. Why? All this fluctuation of people coming up there to us? That's what I'm trying to get to. I know the UN's part of it. They're playing their role into it.
Right. But
Hellfire's saying 3 different drug cartels run that area down there.
Just in the news, that was basically the nutshell. And all the convoy is doing is trying to make the government do something about it, about the border to get them secure.
A report came out today that said K through 12 students learning English for the first time is 60,000 people this year or last year, 2023.
Right.
That was the Board of Education, what they said today. 60,000 kids, K through 12. That's actually a lot of freaking families. Members. You know what I mean? Whether they came across legally or not. And that's pretty much what I think the truckers are doing is they're standing up for what's right and what everybody should be standing up for. And, we need to close the borders now, figure shit out, then reopen.
Okay, we're saying a total of almost 700 truckers. So that's where we're coming at. What's the actual number, Rob? Because I didn't look today.
Wasn't it, Rob?
They're hoping for 70,000. Last I heard, I think it was like 700 and a few other like trucks, like pickups and stuff.
Well, me being a truck driver, I'm going to give you the biggest arguments we got amongst each other. Well, it's actually 6 things. And AJOT can probably contest to this too. The the wages were the biggest problem because for every dollar you made in today's, especially now, for every dollar you made, roughly about 80% of it is going out the door. You only keep it 20% of it into your pocket. Two,
People and truckers, I guess. So, okay.
two,
Right.
the bickering amongst us, not agreeing on the certain thing, comes to dealing with. I'll give you a prime example. When I worked for Hummer Trucking, I was one of their top trainers there, and this guy literally bragged. He went to he's out of Africa, went to the Egypt consul, worked for the U.S. for 2 years, and then our government paid him to come over to New York, gave him a phone, a place to live, and a car. And his agreement there, he had to work there 2 years. And then after that, he went down to Texas and worked in a warehouse for another 2 years. And then all of a sudden got a hair up his ass. I want to be a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
Could not read a map worth a flip. He went to one of those 3-week schools. We'll give you your CDL. And he literally bragged to everyone and everything. And our company hired him. And he was on a green card. And I did my best to work with him. He could not get from point A to point B. So training these people coming from these third world countries that really don't, look at India. You ever watch some of the truck drivers over there and stuff and everything? You like, holy hell!
I was going to say, they probably say, well, I was a trucker in my home country,
Yeah. And I did everything I could. They end up sending him over to another driver, and that driver is like, you know what? Same problem I had. He almost killed me twice. Almost run over a person, and just the lack of the self-awareness and stuff. Don't get me wrong. If you come it over properly, I don't have a problem. But it's just like me. If I walk over the Mexican border without any papers and everything, let's say I'm here, what's going to happen to me?
Right.
Clank. Scooter Tramp Scotty has said that. You end up in the wrong area and stuff, and you can be behind the bars in a third world country. You do it over China, you get shot on the spot. South Korea, you can't walk across the border there, South Korea. That's the reason why there's borders in place. Just so happens we have laws there that freaking this administration just says, fuck you, we ignore it, and we're going to let all these people in.
Right.
Look in New York. They cleared out a freaking school so they can make it for the housing for. It's just freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, and where did those people come from? Texas.
Well, they come over here from Honduras and Nicaragua, and
all over. That's what I said. The UN's part of it.
Yeah, and then the U.S. government gives them a Visa card, sets them up in a business.
Well, right now, all they have to do is go to Nicaragua and hop on a plane and come here. They don't have to do anything else. And then they claim asylum. Plus, there's another convoy from California going to Arizona to protest the border crossings there.
Well, all those states down through there should be, being not invaded. They are being invaded, actually, but
they are.
The truckers and other people are, going down there to stand up.
Right.
I could go to Canada. I'm close to Canada. I could go up there and do something, but yeah, Texas is a little far for me to drive. Sorry. It's not warm enough yet. Speaking of, Rob got on his bike today, guys. Rob, you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I went out, started it up, backed her out with in a small space, and I almost hit my car. and went for a 10, 15-minute ride. 50 degrees. I was loving it.
The UN and the Red Cross gives them aid and maps to get through most of South America until they reach the cartel, and then the cartel helps them over the border. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Henry, you're right. The towels on their heads, they infiltrated through Obama's years, letting them come over. I remember talking to Donna's husband about that, and they're saying it was also going in Canada and stuff and everything. And it's like, it just amazes me. As far as the touring side of things, you think, oh, it's great. I mean, for years, through certain pregnancies and stuff and everything, we had a great relations with China. Tourism was great. Remember what is that TV show, The Great Race? It's all through China and stuff and everything. Don't get me wrong. Over there, just like us, we have a very rich histories, and the history is, literally and stuff. But you got to also look at everything. The United States, as of today, is a freaking corporation. I don't have it in front of me, but you can look it up and stuff. It's right there in the freaking statues and stuff and everything. The United States is a big corporation. It is not what our forefathers put in play. We have gotten so far away from the Constitution. The start of it was after the Civil War. The first, we're about to be in another one if we don't watch it. The way they're pushing this stuff. But I mean, it's one thing you don't really get to talk about. You don't really talk about religion, politics, and everything because it just gets you all worked up. So
there's too many different arguments and fights get started over politics, religion. Yeah.
It's but yeah, as far as the border goes and everything, do it right. That's all we ask. You want to come over and be a part of our, the society and stuff and everything. We're not a democracy. I hate that word. Our democracy. Fucking democracy, socialism, fucking. Yeah, I'm going on a rant now. We are a republic. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands. Now, don't say we stand for democracy. Man, when I came out of Ted Cruz's mouth back in Obama years and everything, I about rolled over my freaking grave. And it's like, here we go. We're going to start going down this slippery slope.
Right.
So,
what
was it back?
Frog can't make comments right now.
Steve, we know you talk about religion all the time. You're a preacher.
There you go, Frog. It's coming across.
Yeah, that's Frog's right there. He's made a comment. Yeah, Dark Soul does spout facts about the Constitution for sure.
Yeah, after the Civil War, the whole segregation and stuff, and we had our little episode about the racism. It was that last year we did that, had that topic
last year.
Yeah, the 14th Amendment, it just was not about putting everybody in just blacks in shackles. They put everyone in shackles and stuff, and that's. So we talk about 1776. 1776 was the revolution to get away from the tyranny and stuff. But through the years, they have weaved their way in and put us back in shackles. And now the last 5 years I've been studying law. Dude, I'm freaking awake. I'm going to give you a heads up. Go to onestupidfuck.com. And he'll break it down and everything. You can look up Chris Hauser. There's guys on YouTube breaking it down how to get back to the de jure government. And what our forefathers originally put forth. Why should you deal? Hey, Dallas.
Hey, Dallas.
But anyways, I'm going to be ranting if I keep going. So that's back. I'm retracting. I'm shutting up now because I'm just getting flared up over this.
Uh-oh. Ajot says if we don't fight for the rights, they'll get taken. And she's right for sure.
Yep.
President Reagan said it best. You know, I mean, go back to his archives and everything. He mentioned it a couple times. So, I mean, it's when we pay, but I said it before. I mean, remember the Minutemen? That was back in Bush era. The Minutemen was on the border. I think they made a documentary about it and stuff. And some Minutemen got arrested and everything because they was basically sitting there firing across the border.
One generation away from extinction. You got that right.
That's it.
We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them. Okay, handed on for them to do the same. Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah, we got to look at it. It starts the doctrinization. It actually comes out of Adolf Hitler's book. You start with the kids and the schooling.
We are heading down that road.
You know, when Trump got in office and everything, my daughter got into high school, and in between probably my previous two kids, civic class wasn't there. Next thing you know, she had 3 hours of civic class just on the Constitution in 1776. So, goes to show you some of the things. So.
Lone Cowboy says he heard that today there's been over 8 million immigrants, illegals, whatever you want to call them, crossed the border since the crazy administration took office. I believe that.
That's about right. Yeah, that is.
Hey, there you go. Let me put it this way. Don't get me wrong. There are ones that come over and they want to work. And I mean work. My uncle had his own painting business. And he ended up having a crew. They were all legal, Mexicans and everything. And they would bust their ass to get the house painted, sand it, and all that stuff, and cabinets and everything. Dallas, you have your thing, and I know very well you probably see them around, looking for jobs and stuff. I mean, but my deal is and everything. Come over here, right? Do all your paperwork. I mean, it used to be like Neville Island there before you came in New York. You know?
Right.
I don't know anybody ever toured that place. That's an interesting place. You know?
Yeah.
So
a lot of history there. Salty, I've been wondering why the Border Patrol hasn't been, taking shots all along anyway. I mean, you're crossing the border illegal. Think.
Because it's inhumane.
It's inhumane and it's unconstitutional, and there's a lot behind that, J-Man.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make the majority to
but it's amazing. It's amazing that we will send millions of dollars to Ukraine to secure their border. Just because.
Well, I believe Ukraine is what's going to get us into, number 3, Ellis Island in New York. Yeah, that's what the island is. Where statue.
Oh, it's Ellis Island. I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
Ellis Island. Yeah.
Ellis Island. Sorry.
Yeah, they don't have to hit them. Just make a little dirt pop up next to them. They'll get the fuck back out of the way.
Right.
Matter of fact, it was on the floor today and everything. One freaking politician was saying that Trump wants to, put alligator moat around the border. Put what was another something else, and then the other one was shoot them at the knees.
Well,
it's like,
if you shoot them in the knee, you've got to pay for them then, because they'll fucking sue you.
Right.
I agree, AJ. I agree, AJ.
We should.
We are. AJ, the deal is the war has already been going on. I mean, we're fighting it in the courts. Look at the Bruin versus New York decision. That destroyed gun control big time, you know. And then you look at, you already had on the books Mulberry versus Pennsylvania. You cannot convert a right into a privilege and charge a fee for it. But yet you're sitting there getting your license. You have a right to travel, but yet you sit there and give it a license, which is a commercial thing. Uh, Now, if you're just traveling in your vehicle from point A to point B, you're not making any commerce, any money. You don't need a license.
Well,
And
I
there's
seen
so
that.
many cases. I so many cases on that. I got over freaking 230 page of but Supreme court cases to the Supreme Court rulings. So,
Right. Hey, Jamin,
it,
put the link out so Ajax can come up.
Oh boy, you're asking a lot.
She knows a lot about this, so let's have her come up. Or she knows something about this.
hey, Lolly, I'm gonna let you know now. I had a flag at my front, hanging on my front porch.
Dude.
And hey, you want to come on my property? You better be believing in a casket. And I actually had cops ask me about it and stuff. I said exactly what it says. You come in through that door uninvited, you're going out in a casket. It's just plain and simple.
I'm clicking on it, Rob, but it's not letting me copy it for some reason. Damn it.
Uh-huh. Well, I can't do it because
Yeah, if you make it a minefield and you let them know it's a minefield, take your chances. 300 a month, not to shoot people, huh?
AJ, all you do, you call 911. It takes them 15, 20 minutes to get to your house.
right.
And stuff. I'm going to tell you the quickest and fastest way to get somebody get service as far as the police go. Call 911 and say, "Cop down." They will be there so quick. The jackboots will be there at your door.
An officer down, huh?
Oh yeah, the reason I
take me to get over that.
reason I know that and everything, when I was a security guard / bouncer back in my younger days, there was a nursing home / rehabilitation center that I did security for because it was in a kind of bad area, and there was a nice World War II vet in there, and I would stop in, and say hello and stuff like that. Well, I was making my rounds and stuff, and I walked past his door, and I didn't say hello to him, and because I had other things going on, and I was going to make my back rounds again. Next thing you know, not even 6 minutes later, freaking state trooper, local police were surrounding the building, and a SWAT team showed up. And I'm like, and that was in Baton Rouge. It was down in Baton Rouge.
I was talking to Hellfighter. I'm sorry, Doc.
So it was like amazing, and all because this guy thought I was down, and he was kind of rehashing and stuff, and he basically said "officer down," and they were all around, and I had to fill out a freaking page report and everything, talk to all those cops and stuff, and man. But off the topic, we got way off topic. But anyways,
we always do.
The whole as far as the border goes and everything, it was shut down when Trump came into office. He had it narrowed down where only maybe a few hundred came in, and he was deporting them left and right. And I'm gonna tell you, he gets back in, and the people he's going to be putting in the cabinet, it's going to send a rampage as far as the Democrats. They're going to go freaking ballistic.
Don't call me. Yeah, they're talking in the chat about calling the police. Yeah, I don't call the police either. So that is in there, right?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, pew pew and 5 dogs. Yep. That would
You know?
that would keep most people out.
Yeah, well, you got to look at the way our system's set up and stuff. I mean, the what I've learned here in the last 2 years, this is not what my grandfather, fought for in World War II, and other people. It's not what Yeah, I'm gonna put it this way: the wolves have been taken off of my eyes for a while, and I'm
Right.
just trying to just trying to make do. Keep my family, somewhat above water, and make ends meet, and live with the motto that my grandfather tried to teach me: life is too fucking short. Live it to the fullest, because you can't take this shit to your grave.
Right.
So, and in dealing with dwelling on a lot of this politics shit and everything, again, you gotta remember it's a corporation. It's like my daughter, she wanted to go sign up for the army. I said, you really want to go to work for this corporation? Knowing what she knows. I've been open and pull the veil of her eyes and stuff, and what she's been taught. And she's challenging the high school. I already gotten freaking 6 phone calls from the principal. And it's
Well,
it's amazing.
A little bit in our country, I heard also today that DeSantis told Disney that they are not allowed to have their own police force anymore. They're not their own government anymore. They have to
Oh
follow.
yeah.
They have to follow Florida's laws, which I think that's kind of crazy. That Disney being the size of a city, or I mean a state anyway. They're basically their own country inside of our states.
Well, it's just like you take a cruise. It's a city. It's a whole city on its own. It's got its
Yeah,
own
true
rules and
that.
everything when you go on the cruise.
Yeah, true.
You're in. So I mean, that's nothing new. That's been when Walt set all that up. He was a businessman back then, and he knew what was going forth. Just so happened through the years, you got some corruption that went on, just like any business that happens. You know.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Newborn.
You're good, AJ.
Well, I know he's not newborn, but
You're good.
they can't.
How about
The Vatican does it. Yeah, that's true too. But again, that is in another country. It's not in our country.
yeah,
Right.
Well, you're not even in our country. What am I talking about?
But the thing is we need to secure that southern border. We really do.
All borders should be secure.
Yeah, but those terrorists are going to come in through the southern border. They ain't going to come up through the north. It's easier to
no.
get in through the south.
Well, I don't understand why we can't just let them pass through. Like Mexico's doing. They're coming from beneath Mexico up. Let them go on through up to Canada, Iceland.
Hello,
Hell,
evil.
they can go to Antarctica for all I care.
Hey, Evil Rick.
She is 6 months now. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, everyone, just got home.
AJOT says the convoy's in Houston.
They made it to Houston already, huh?
So, from what I saw, they must have already been on the road for a great deal of time.
2.5 hours. Wait a minute. See, roughly 4 hours here in Houston.
So
From Baton Rouge to Houston, if the traffic, they probably blocked off traffic for all that. So,
I bet.
yeah.
They probably got to cruise on through about 60 miles an hour at least.
Well, the live stream I was watching said it was on live about an hour ago. So they probably left a while before that.
Well, that was an hour and a half ago now. Because we talked a little bit over 35 minutes ago, and it was an hour before that. So it's been an hour and a half. So they'd make pretty good time.
But why are they picking now to a secured 2.5 mile border on Texas and raising a fuss over it because the government isn't getting their baby way. That's why.
I don't know.
And Texas told them to fuck off.
They had to pick some time. Why not now? You know.
Oh, why didn't they do it last year? Why didn't they do it the year before?
Because the Canadians were doing it last year. Wasn't it last year the Canadians did trucker stuff?
Yeah, that's up in Canada, though. That's in Canada. Oh,
yeah, but
that's
right now we got a small part of the border being sectioned off. Why are they doing it now? Why weren't they doing it before? Even when the wall was being built, they didn't do it. But why now?
Well, that's what. That goes back to the freaking ones in charge. They freaking went in there and vetoed everything that Trump did.
Duh, it's an election year. That's
exactly,
why.
Exactly. It's the election. It's an election.
So everybody, get out there and vote.
Guess who wants to get reelected? Well, I want to be elected. Hippy dippy.
Yeah. Everybody vote. Well, if you're not voting for Trump, vote for Rob.
Yeah. I'm not on any ballots, but you can write me in. Hippy dippy.
Hippy dippy, yep.
Okay, let's run this scenario. So, say all of a sudden Trump does get reelected.
We're fucked.
Okay. Who's going to fall in line after his 4-year term?
Well, you can't run again.
Nope. And the other thing is for Trump to make things right. Well, I'm going to let you know now. There's going to be some things he's going to do that will not be right. Because look what he did. He was the one that put the bump stock in. Passed that bump stock bill to do the appeasement bullshit. And that got knocked down in the Supreme Court. The Bruin decision just reinforced it. But who's going to continue on? For him to succeed, we got to have the Senate and the House. You got to realize our forefathers put it as like a tripod. You walk one leg out, one gets too much power and stuff, and you got to put it back in place.
Right.
So,
well, like Ajot says, he's got to get back on the ballot first. So
he's not off the ballot. It's only in 2 states he's off the ballot.
Well,
and those people there, just like Rob said, they can write him in. They can write at the end and stuff.
He's on the Republican ballot to be the nominee. That's all he's on. He's not on the actual ballot to be the president yet.
Well, they haven't made those ballots yet.
Look at the numbers. Every one of it. What you think? Freaking that. Don't get me wrong. When she was governor of South Dakota and everything, she did good. But now what she's coming out of her mouth and everything, she
Nikki?
don't have a leg to stand on. Yo, hell yeah.
Nikki Haley, no.
She's getting landslide. If he wins South Dakota by a landslide and make her look like a fool, it's over. It's fucking over for her. It's just selling, wasting money. Well, I'm going to retract. Fiat currency, promissory notes. I said my piece. All right, guys, I got to get back on the road and stuff and get to do these loads. I sat here long enough. And y'all take care. I'm bowing out. And I said my piece. As far as the government goes, you motherfuckers get back to your own fucking country. Straighten out your own damn country. Stop coming over here and trying to fuck ours up.
Spoken by the soul man. See you, Bo. Okay. Eagle Rick says he also red flag laws. About you say your son or your daughter or whatever pulled a gun on you and they're kind of loony. That they can get their gun taken away.
Right.
For sure. Yeah, he dropped out of the presidential bid, but Trump's probably going to say, "Hey, dude, why don't you become my vice?"
Well, someone's happy.
Well, the real political one isn't really here. Mike drop. um, yeah, she is only here to hurt Trump.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, AJOT said it first. He's got to get on the ballot first. But as long as he doesn't get convicted of a felony, I say he will get on. But
Even if he does get convicted,
later,
he can
Cowboy.
still be on.
Right. We'll see. The border's got to be protected one way or another, and I think the border patrol has been handcuffed, if you will, for way too long. The cartel would have been wiped out a long time ago if it was, up to me.
Well, if it was up to you, everyone would be dead coming across that border.
True that.
That'd be the same for me. You come across that illegally, once you step foot on their land, boom, there you go.
Yeah, Dark Soul get to work. Yeah.
Make them think twice before they come across that border.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, he can't run for president because he's
Nope.
not an American-born citizen.
Nope, he's Hungarian or is he Austrian?
Austrian. Remain in Mexico policy was better than we have now. Yes, it was. Hell, there you go. Hell's for president. I'm for that one. Hippy dippy and them hells. There you go.
I'll be vice president if Hells gets elected.
You'd be Hell's vice president, hippy dippy.
Yeah. you know.
Well,
and I do have Petunia sitting right here.
Yeah. Well, Petunia would have to be the Secretary of State then.
She'd do a lot better job now. Secretary of Foreign Affairs, she'd do a lot better job than what we got now.
Yeah. If Hell's is president, can I be determined to vice? That'd be on Hell's to pick his own vice, to be honest with you. Well, it's been 43 minutes. What do you want to do, Rob? Do you want to keep on going or,
Well, what can we
Meatloaf waiting on me?
Well, what can we talk about for 15 minutes?
Hell, I don't know.
We can talk more about that border, how fucked up everything is down there.
Well, I'm learning how to drive this loader, see, so I can put the bucket on it and I can just go down there and scoop them all up.
That would be cool.
I did get to crush a car today. I learned how to crush a car with the damn thing, and I loaded crushed cars onto the semi to get them taken in. So it's progressing, the new job. We'll see how much money's gonna come my way. Hopefully a lot, but
Right. But yeah, you doing your thing at your job, the loader, man, you get to crush cars. I'm jealous.
Let's talk about Meatloaf. I love Meatloaf. I didn't hear Harley was in any financial crisis. I mean, all they came out with basically is a damn CVO. So
Well, they're more in a crisis than they were last year. Their sales keep dropping.
I think he should have a military background too. I really do. Maybe not the CIA like Bush #1, but some military background. Bulldozer at the border. You got that right. Oh yeah, you still on your groovy electric scooter there, buddy? Veteran biker, yeah, he's been on the show before. He does a heck of a show. Talks about all the nasty political junk you want to talk about. There's also Watching the Watchers. That's a pretty good show. He goes over a lot of court cases and stuff that are political. That's pretty good.
Yep. Veteran Biker's a good one to watch
Oh yeah.
if you want current events.
Well, like Sony says, anybody who builds is in a. If they're getting paid good money for them,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the Watchmen, yeah, Watching the Watchers, you know.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's where you heard they're in financial. Okay, I'll have to catch up on because I haven't watched Veteran Biker in probably 2 weeks now, at least. Other things happening, you know what I mean? That's why I haven't been on Discord either. This damn job, like I said, it's 4 or 5 jobs rolled into one. It seems like, but the one guy's been doing it for 35 years. He told me
Yep.
today. He's been there 40 some years, but 35 of it he's been doing the job he's doing, and he does a heck of a lot of shit.
He also knows what he's doing too.
Yeah, well,
You know.
like I'm getting thrown into this with like 6 months training because he's leaving at the end of February, maybe at the end of March, but definitely by the end of March, he said. So
Yeah.
he's retiring. Like I said, 40 some years he's been doing it. Hey, you know, I commend him for it. He said he graduated high school. 2 days later, he was working in auto mechanics and been there ever since.
And he couldn't get away from it.
Right. I at least waited 3 years or so before I joined the automotive repair business. A V6 turbo for your Sportster. Yeah, okay. You need a turbo from a V6 for your Sportster? Is that what you're saying? Actually, it'd probably be better off if you got it from one of them little 4 cylinders. Probably better for
Right.
your Sportster. Just saying. Not as
Right.
big. It's only about that big around.
I was going to say his Sportster is pretty fast as it is.
I will see what I can do there, Frog. Give me a call tomorrow, okay? And we'll talk about what I can do. But yeah, it's not only am I stripping the cars and taking the parts off, I've got to fucking put them in the computer and then delete them when they go to the fucking scrapper. That was what I was learning today, and that's what I said. It was fun fucking crushing the cars and shit, but I'm afraid I'm gonna tear the loader up. You know what I mean?
I know one thing you need to do, and that's get on your bike and ride tomorrow.
Well, it's supposed to be 52 tomorrow, so I may just end up. I just may end up doing that. Just
Well,
saying.
you're going to do it regardless, rain or shine. You're going to do it. You can't let me show you up.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean,
you're in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm way north than you, and I rode.
Yeah.
Come on,
Well, what'd you say it was today? 50 something.
it was like 52, 53.
There you go. 50. No, you said it was 53 degrees. 53 days before.
Donnie Smith Bike Show. That is today is actually 53 days.
Is what you said.
You know, look at that. Doc even says, "I called you out."
Yeah, I'll have to put a video on, I guess. But if I wrote, he wrote his today. Good for you, Dallas. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're gonna have a nice, pretty bike when you get yours back.
Well, Doc, you should have told me when it's 53 days. I would have done a video for you.
Didn't we tell you? What's happening, Ghost Eagle Guardian? As soon as the salt is gone, my chopper's in. Well, it's been raining a lot here, so the salt will be off the road, I do hope.
Yeah, we don't have much salt on the road here. No. We've only got maybe 3 inches of snow total. That's it.
Right.
But then comes March, we're probably going to get slammed.
Well, that's usually we usually get our biggest snowstorm is usually in March. I'll
Yep.
be honest with you. It's
Yep.
crazy, man. We'll get 8 to 10 inches in March. It's like fuck.
March Madness, and then we got high school tournaments.
Yeah. Well, I don't watch much basketball. That's a
Well,
sport I would rather play than
neither do
watch.
I. But I love to look at the uh, March Madness bracket, and I'll just put my predictions down and see how good I do. I'll pick upsets like the number one going against the lowest seed, and then, yeah, buddy, you're gonna go.
Right.
And it's never a top seed that gets into the playoffs and wins. Never.
That's just as that calcium chloride is just as bad on your paint as salt. I'm sorry to say that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's Hellfire says that's my thought, Rob.
But you all need to come over here to the Donnie Smith Bike Show, the biggest one in the Midwest.
Yeah, when is that? Is that in March?
March 23rd and 24th.
That'd be like a 2 or 3 day trip for me.
And everyone, if it sounds like I'm drunk, I'm not. I'm trying to imitate Stubbs.
Sure, he's not. Oh, worse on the metal than salt. So yeah, don't ride your bike in that shit.
No.
It's happening, Dangerous Company.
At least where I'm at, they don't use it, but on the highways they do. So I ain't gonna go on the highway.
Is that they mix it with beet juice here? That calcium chloride stuff.
Well, I think they do that here as well.
Yeah, my meatloaf is. I smell it. It's so delicious. It smells so delicious.
I got spaghetti waiting for me down there. Downstairs.
That reminds me. This morning or this afternoon, one of the new guys was eating his lunch, and I walked in the break room. I'm like, that smells good. What is it? And I said, it looks like it was meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn, right? And he goes, no. I said, well, what was it? He goes, meatballs, mashed potatoes, and corn. I'm like, dude, isn't that the same thing as a meatloaf, a meatball? It's the same goddamn thing, I would think.
Pretty much,
it's
made out of the same meat.
It's a little different, he said.
Right? How you doing, Dangerous?
It smelled just like the meatloaf I smell cooking in there. brine with calcium chloride. I know they call it beet juice here. I don't know. Everybody likes meatloaf, don't they?
Yeah, he had some good music.
Well, hey, you're the one that brought up the salsa and the jalapenos, and don't tell me we made you hungry.
Yeah. Well, we could turn this into a cooking show.
No. Well, you cook though. You do cook, so I guess we could.
Well, I cook better than you and Stubbs.
Hey, the next time Stubbs doesn't tell us he's not coming, yeah.
Oh, he told me about. He posted in the unaffiliated he wasn't coming on maybe an hour before we came on. About an hour.
He told you about an hour before we came on that he wasn't coming.
Yeah, he posted it on Discord.
I didn't even get the message.
So he is a little under the weather. He took some meds, and you know what that does to him? He's higher than a kite.
Oh, I forgot the pie at work. I had a piece of freaking pie about this big, and I forgot it.
You know where my mind just went, right? You said pie. The first thing that popped in my head was hair pie.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, man. Sorry. I blame I blame it on being a biker.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you like that, you like that.
Yeah, you said pie, and I'm like, oh shit, no! Please tell me it's regular pie.
Yeah, it's regular pie.
So,
It's actually uh, chocolate mousse and a cake, and they called it pie, but it looks like a tuxedo cake.
a chocolate mousse.
Yeah, chocolate mousse. Yeah.
Oh.
It was good. I ate like part of it. Was gonna bring the rest home and forgot it.
Now,
Oops. That's breakfast tomorrow.
speaking of moose, y'all gotta go look up Mistress Bod and the Moose song. Gotta do it. It's a hilarious song. And she's a Rennie, by the way. Gotta go check that out. She's hilarious. The Moose song by Mistress Bod, guys.
Right. It will be gone when you get to work tomorrow. Oh no. There's nobody there at night. well, yeah, it's put in the fridge. So yeah, I don't think the mice would get in the fridge. See, Henry likes it.
I won't be going to St. Louis because I'm using half of my vacation time for Sturgis and North Carolina.
I do have ice cream here at the house. You're right.
Because Stubb says we got to be there for 7 days, so I took 7 days. I got to take at least.
I can't be there for 10 days. I mean, it's not going to happen.
I
Shut up,
could
Dad.
shorten up our time, but I don't think I will.
No, because you won't get it that cheap again.
No, you won't. No.
Who's leaving here? Somebody's leaving. She's gonna go grab some food. See ya.
Yeah. Alyssa's going to go eat, which sounds like a pretty good idea to me.
Yeah, I remember Bullwinkle and Rocky.
Doesn't that sound like us? What'd you pull a rabbit out of my hat?
Well, where you go?
Right?
What's going on in St. Louis? You're gonna be there in September, huh?
Yeah, isn't that NCOM that's going to be in St. Louis?
Yeah.
All right.
I believe.
So
That's where he'll be anyway. But
so how come when I talk, not on
thank you,
here,
man.
my
See you
voice
later,
is
Doc.
deeper, but when I'm on here, my voice is higher?
Your voice is higher. Meeting of the minds. MRF. Okay. Check the
Yeah,
cover.
NCOM is in Kansas City.
He bought chopper parts. Now he's still hungry. Incom's in Kansas City this year.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chopper.
I got him mixed up.
Mother's Day. Because all the bikers will be there. I get you.
Yep.
What? Don cooked a nice meal for me today. Well, what'd you eat, Henry?
Well, not pie.
He'll eat that later. We're coming up on the hour, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you.
We sure do. We thank you all very, very much.
Yeah.
We couldn't do this without you.
Right? We'll have shit more together next week. We're not going to tell you what the show's about. We're going to keep that a surprise until probably, Saturday? We'll put up a thumbnail, maybe.
maybe Sunday, maybe Sunday.
Right,
Keep them guessing.
Yeah, keep them guessing. Y'all have a good evening and Mother's Day weekend. Okay, that's why it's okay. Cool.
Yep.
We'll see y'all later, okay? Peace.
Yeah, you have a good night.
Oh, in stream.